you have the report, it'll have a little view of where you can see it. So you'll get this pop-up, and it was for verification. You just click on view report, and then the report will come out. I would recommend that you print this page, which shows how much it was paid for the report.
Yeah. For proof of payment, correct?
Okay, so
so how to send another email follow up for Maria?
Yeah, I'll send her an email that I was looking for the credit card and we don't have it, so she can resend it. Because when I spoke to her yesterday or last week, I can't remember, she said that we had the credit card information and that she had provided it, but I don't see it.
I see. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're also going to be, apart from the initial disclosures and issuing the LE, have you how are you feeling in regards to the initial disclosures and like all the fees?
the last time that I handled the initial disclosure, I guess last week, and the file was I guess I forget the name. I forget the name of the file.
Okay, so moving forward, I'll try to see if I can give you a training of for you to issue initial disclosures without doing the last steps of actually issuing the disclosures. But it'll, just so that we are clear, all files that we get, all new files, we want you to add the escrow and title information as if you were sending out the initial disclosure. So under the loan submission page, we're going to add the escrow and title. If it's a purchase, we're going to add the agent's listing and buyer's agent's information under the agent list, and then as well as the fees. So again, just to recap, we go to loan submission, and this is going to be for all new files, whether it's a refinance or a purchase. We're going to add escrow and title fees. If it's a purchase, we also need to add the agent's information.
So every time that the LO asks me to create a loan estimate or worksheet fee, that's the only thing that I have to create the LE or the worksheet fee, right? And upon checking earlier, I guess Peter sent an email regarding the LE, and I guess there will be a section in from the ERP wherein we have that's the section wherein I can get the request for the LE, right, or the worksheet fee. But as of this moment, we don't have, I guess. Hello.
Yeah. So yes. So right now, they created an email, and once if they have one of the loan officers have a request, they'll just send the email, which will go directly to you. If eventually they're gonna create it to where they can just request it through ERP, and you'll get the notification to issue it. But that's for the entering fees and doing the loan estimate. This, what I'm showing you right now, is for all fees. So all the files that you get, when you create the calyx point, this is going to be a step that you are going to be doing as well. So when you get the calyx point, or when you get the file and create calyx point, rename the documents, this page, so usually we just have you complete bar information through page 9. Right? So now you're going to go ahead and actually put in this, go to loan submission, enter escrow and title fee information. So the escrow, put the information through the settlement statement, title company through the prelim. If it's a purchase, you're going to go to track agent list. Or you can actually do this everything through just the agent list. Once it loads. Okay. So under, again, track agent list, you can put in, if it's a purchase, you can put the buyer's real estate agent and the seller real estate agent, our escrow information, and our title information. So complete these 4 sections every time you create a new calyx point. And then I've previously showed you where to get the information. So I'm not going to do it this week.
Yeah, but earlier I created 2 calyx point wherein the file is refinance, but I don't have yet the title docs or the ESS. So yeah, that's why I cannot update yet the point file right now.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's a file where we don't have the documents yet, as long as once we receive the documents, you come back to calyx point and update it, it should be okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Now you're also going to be taking over. We're going to create logins for you to order appraisal and to order um, our HOA certs. So if you go through core valuation, you're going to log in, create new order, and then this choose file. You're going to choose a file. You're going to choose the point file, open it, and then import it. And then you'll just complete everything that shows required. So in this case, this one, we're going to change this and put the actual loan number. Everything is good. This contact, because this one, if it's a purchase, click agent and then put the agent's name. Usually what I do is I'll put the agent's name and then their phone number. And then right here, you'll put in the full name. So let's say Rob Smith, their email, rob.smith@gmail. And then their phone number, I always put it in the cell phone. Okay. And then the product, if it's a single family or a PUD, you're going to order this 1004 single family for conventional. Obviously, if it's a VA loan or USDA loan, you'll put whatever one. If it's an FHA, you'll put the correct FHA file. For investment properties, you're going to do the 1004 with a 216 and 1007 as well for conventional. So this is FHAs, conventionals, or non-QMs are going to be this regular 1004 without the additional file or without the actual name. So like this one's for VA files. Um, need 2 to 4 units. We have the files right here as well. Condos are going to be 1073s. So for training purposes, we'll just put 1004D, and then you would just put in, this case it's being ordered by me, but it'll have your name. You put the phone number, loan processor, always put GIA. When you move forward, um, when you're creating the file, always add me for the additional processor.
Mhm.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
you would hit this, you hit continue. Well, it's not letting me proceed because I didn't complete this order, but
Yeah.
you would hit continue, and then there's an option to pay for the order with the credit card. So if we have the credit card information, we can go ahead and pay for it. If
Mhm.
not, what I've been usually doing is just hitting invoice option and then placing the order. Once it's an invoice, I'll leave a comment to send the payment link to the borrower. So that way the borrower receives a payment link and then they make the payment. Um, it's going to also ask us to add documents. So for purchase properties that we're doing appraisal, always upload the purchase contract, the RPA, and the prelim. Make sure the RPA, if there's any counter offers or addendums, they all get added, uploaded to the portal for the
Mhm.
appraiser to review. If it's a refinance, all we have to upload is a prelim. Okay. Any
Okay.
questions?
We have to attach those file if we don't have the credit card info, right? Or even though we have the
No.
credit card.
The documents, you are always going to attach it. So the only thing is if you have the credit card information, you can pay it up front. If
Mhm.
not, just hit the invoice option and then a payment link will be sent to the borrower.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. When we order appraisal, what is the use of appraisal to the loan processing? I was just wondering because yeah, I'm seeing this request sometimes from the email.
So the appraisal is what they look for to see the value. So an appraiser will go out to the property and inspect it, and
Mhm.
they will give us a value. So this
Okay.
value is what we use for our value. So if this number comes in lower or higher than what we are expecting, we have to update Calyx Point. Um,
Mhm.
and then depending on the value and the loan amount, it depends on the LTV of what we would get. So let's say if we're trying to do, let's say we need 70% of this purchase value. So this is to get the 70% of this value. This would be the loan amount. If we need a higher loan amount, but we need this LTV, then we wouldn't be able to work the file. Do you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah. So once we completed the process for ordering the appraisal, when or where can we receive the appraisal? Is it via email or is it via email
So
or?
the
Mhm,
appraisal will be reviewed. We'll get an email notification. So
mhm,
let me go to my emails. You'll get um you'll get different notifications depending on the stage. So
mhm,
this is the so once the so like for example the inspection for this one, it shows that it was completed. When we have the file that has been order complete, it means that the file's been completed. So then you will just log back in. Either sometimes they'll send us a link where we can download it, but you'll
mhm.
have to log into their portal. In this case, this one, hit search order, and then you can look up. You can look up by sorry, I don't know what the last name.
Yeah, we can track the order, right?
Yeah, and then you click on the order number, and then if you scroll down here, it'll have the files. So you would just download, click on each one, and it downloads automatically. Um, when we get that notification that the order's been complete, we do have to log in, click on actions, and send the report to borrower. I always put please confirm receipt, uh, and then you hit submit. It gets sent to the borrower, and then we'll get an automatic report delivery confirmation that the report was sent to the borrower. So we need to download this certification as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, so when you get the report, once you download it and rename it, this is we're gonna give me a second, hold on. You're gonna look for the the value. So when we rename it, it's gonna we're gonna on the name we're gonna put the value of the that we got. So we always
Mhm,
have to compare it to the point file. If so that way we can know if we received the value that we were expecting, if it came
mhm.
in lower or if it came in higher. If
Okay.
it came in higher, it's better. Um, because then the value is higher than what we expected,
Mhm,
especially for a purchase. If the value comes in lower, we have to verify that the LTV still works depending on the loan, and we have to notify the LO that the value came in at a lower value. Okay.
mhm. Okay.
So sometimes you will have this like cover page that kind of gives you a breakdown of the key information, like in this case, the property address, the lender's name, the value, the date the appraisal was done, and who the appraiser is. Not all files have that. Sometimes they just go straight to the actual report. Sometimes they also have this quick summary again that gives you the date and value. Um, but sometimes it'll start here, where is the report, the actual report. So again, this is a bar information and the address. We are going to go down to page 2. Sometimes it'll be on page 3, but we're going to see this right here, the value and the date. So if you don't have those first 2 pages and it starts off, you're going to look for this page. And then at the bottom, it's going to tell you the value of the home and the date that the inspection was done. And we always
Okay.
want to make sure this as is checked off. If it's subject to, that means that there are certain repairs or work that needs to be completed before the appraiser um, is okay with giving us the value. So as long as this as is checked off, the value comes in what we wanted or higher, we're good. One other thing you always want to check on these reports, you want to scroll all the way to where they have the pictures,
Mhm,
and you want to look for the heater. So this case, this heater is a box. It's fine. But if it's the other tank heaters, then we have to make sure it's a double strapped heater. So let me look for another appraisal report. Okay, so this water heater is also this little tank. That's not what we want. Let's see. Okay, so we want to make sure that the water heater is double strapped. So right here, it does state that it is double strapped, but let's see. Okay, the tank as well. Let me see. I want to show you an actual double strap tank. Okay, tank list. Seems like a lot of them are tankless. They're done. They're not. There's no need for double strapped heaters anymore. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna find one. I guess not. Um, but just note that it does have to be this tankless, or if it is a tank, it has to be double strapped. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Um, so once you get the reports and you check those things, and everything is okay, we are okay to upload to the portal, and send it to the underwriter for review.
Okay.
Okay. If the value does come in lower, always notify the LO on the file.
Mhm.
So if it's a purchase, they might want to uh, negotiate the purchase value of the home. If not, then the borrower's gonna have to bring in more money at closing. Um, you're also gonna order our HOA certs. For the most part, it's ordered through a third party called HomeWise Docs. Once it's ready, once we do have to order one, I'll do a training with you so you can see how it gets ordered. But it's once you log in, you put in the HOA name or the subject property, and then you can just hit search. If the condominium will pop up, you complete the application. For this one, there's no way to send the payment link. You do have to pay on the purchase when you place the order. So we do have to have the credit card information for this one. When you get the information, or when you get the HOA, there's so this one's for no, this one's for an FHA. Let's go back. So once you get the information, the HOA cert, you want to check for litigation. So if it's yes, then we have to reach out to the HOA and get more information. It should be no. Okay.
Okay.
Want to make sure that everything gets answered. If they don't answer a certain question, we do have to reach out to the HOA management to complete it. This one doesn't have. I don't see it. Usually it'll have the countdown of like the different the number of units, how many are primary homes, how many are investment homes, how many are second homes. We do have to make sure that if we're doing an investment property, I think it's 30% of the units cannot be investment properties, or maybe 50%. I have to double check.
Mhm.
So we do have to make sure that those numbers correspond. That doesn't say. Okay. There are other HOA third parties that we have ordered documents from, but the most common will be HomeWise. So this one's the one I'm going to focus and teach you. But
Mhm.
again, in order for us to actually place the order, we do have to have an HOA name and all that to actually go through the process of ordering it.
Okay.
Any questions?
I guess for now, none. But once I try to